467, 468, 469. Sorry. We're here to talk about Paper Moon.
Only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me.
Paper Moon is a 1973 film directed by Peter Bogdanovich, starring father-daughter duo Ryan and Tatum O'Neal as a con artist named Moses Prey and a 9-year-old orphan named Addie Loggins, respectively. When Addie's mother dies, Moses agrees to drive her to St. Louis, to her aunt's house. They travel across Kansas and Missouri, conning people, running scams, and evading the law. It's a great movie. But we aren't here to talk about how good the movie is. We're here to figure out why the movie works as well as it does. First off, the stakes. Since Addie and Mose are con artists, the external stakes of the film are pretty clear: making money while avoiding the law. Our external antagonists are pretty clear too: the police and lawmen that show up throughout the film. The internal stakes for Addie are also fairly clear. She has a very strong desire for a family, especially a parent, and a strong need to be cared for. The antagonist for the internal stakes is actually Moses Prey himself. He continually rejects Addie, reminding her that he isn't her father. The philosophical stakes are a little more vague, but I think they boil down to the idea that freedom and honest caring for other people is more important than safety or conventionality. Our philosophical antagonist for the film is Miss Trixie. We'll discuss her more later. Let's dive into the structure of the movie itself, beginning with the opening image. Instead of opening on a scene-setting wide shot, this movie opens on Addie, looking sadly yet stoically down at her mother's grave. The funeral is interrupted by the noise of Moses' car arriving and him hurrying to the graveside. This opening moment establishes almost every key fact about these two characters: Addie's orphanhood and unknown father, Moses' haphazard behavior and smooth-talking abilities. Addie is grieving, and Mose is broke and desperate. Both characters are unresolved. Mose is pressured to bring Addie with him as he heads to St. Louis, and reluctantly agrees. In a sense, this could be understood to be the inciting incident of this film, since everything that happens follows this point. But it happens so early on that it's basically just an extension of the status quo. The status quo being that these two characters will be traveling together. Paper Moon's real inciting incident happens a bit later, after Mose has threatened the man responsible for Addie's mother's death and received $200, which he uses to buy a new car and buy Addie a train ticket to her aunt's house. It's this scene.
Then if you ain't my pa, I want my $200.
What's that?
I want my $200. I heard you through the door talking to that man. It's my money you got, and I want it.
Now, you just hold on a second.
I want my money. You took my $200.
Will you quiet down? You hear?
I want my $200.
Hold on now, just hold on. Let me explain something to you.
It ain't as if you was my pa. That'd be different.
Well, I ain't your pa, so just get that out of your head. I don't care what those neighbor ladies said.
I look like
You
that.
don't look nothing like me. You don't look any more like me than you do that Coney Island. Eat that damn thing, you hear?
I want my $200.
I don't have your $200 no more, and you know it.
If you don't give me my $200, I'm gonna tell a policeman how you got it, and he'll make you give it to me because it's mine.
But I don't have it.
Then get it.
Addie demanding her rightful $200 changes the situation pretty dramatically. She's no longer passive, and in fact is now the one in charge of the situation. This scene also establishes what Addie wants, which is money, and family, especially a parent. This scene sets the stage for the rest of the first act. Addie is a strong force, and Mose will just have to deal with it.
You owe me $85.74.
The rest of Act 1 is spent running Bible-selling scams and quick change operations. Initially, he's irritated by her, shuts her out, and keeps her out of the con, but pretty quickly learns that she's a talented con artist, and that pretending she's his daughter is incredibly lucrative.
I ain't never heard of no Kansas Bible Company.
Daddy, can't we go now? I want to get to church and pray for Mama.
Oh, yeah. Sure we can, honey. Daddy was just fixing to leave. This here is my little girl. It's just the two of us now.
My mama's gone to the Lord.
Oh, so is poor Mr. Bates, honey.
By the end of Act 1, Addie and Mose are still arguing, which they do constantly throughout the film, but they work well together and both seem to enjoy their work. At the break into Act 2, a shift occurs: Mose's relationships with women. Throughout the second act, we see him getting involved with a few women on the road and relegating Addie to the background. They're joined on the road by a dancer, Miss Trixie, who Addie hates, and her maid, Imogene. At the midpoint of the movie, Addie has technically achieved her want. She has both money and a stereotypical, if unconventional, family with both a father and mother figure. However, Miss Trixie's presence doesn't fulfill what she actually needs, which is real, meaningful, honest emotional connection with another person. Miss Trixie serves as the philosophical antagonist of the film. She's feminine and conventional in ways that Addie is not, but she's also being dishonest and using Mose for his money. Here's her antagonist's aria.
Look, I'll tell you what. Want me to show you how to use cosmetics? Look, I'll let you put on my earrings. You're going to see how pretty you're going to be. And I'll show you how to make up your eyes and your lips. And I'll see to it you get a little bra or something. But right now, you're going to pick your little ass up. You're going to drop it in the back seat. And you're going to cut out the crap. You understand? You're going to ruin it, ain't you? Look, I don't want to wipe you out. And I don't want you wiping me out, you know? So I'm going to level with you, okay? Now, you see, with me, it's just a matter of time. I don't know why, but somehow I just don't manage to hold on real long. So if you wait it out a little, it'll be over, you know? I mean, even if I want a fella, somehow or other I manage to get it screwed up. Maybe I'll get a new pair of shoes, a nice dress, a few laughs. Times are hard. Now, if you fool around on the hill up here, then you don't get nothing. I don't get nothing. You don't get nothing. So how about it, honey? Just for a little while. Let old Trixie sit up front with her big tits.
Addie and Imogene run a con to convince Mose that Miss Trixie is cheating on him. Addie successfully gets Mose away from Miss Trixie. At the start of Act 3, Addie and Mose are back on the road, getting along and running cons. They sell a bootlegger his own alcohol, but get caught by the police.
Just when you think you got it made, just ain't made, is it?
Addie manages to break them out of jail and hide their money in her hat, but they have to ditch their nice car and make an escape to Missouri.
What?
Hold on, I said!
Oh, God!
For a moment, it seems like they're on the cusp of success. They've escaped the jurisdiction of the police who are after them, and they're about to pull a huge con that would set them up for life. Addie and Mose talk about buying a house and a piano. However, Mose gets stopped by the cops from Kansas, who can't arrest him, but do beat him up and take all of the money. Addie finds him and tries to convince him that they can start over, but Mose gives in to the dominant values of conventionality and safety, and decides to take her to her aunt's house, since he's not really her family and can't keep her safe. This is our Judas moment of betrayal.
Radio.
Where you gonna go?
Don't worry about me. I got plans, new ideas coming in every day. Get going.
You know, I knew for sure you wasn't my pa.
It's for sure I ain't your pa.
Although sometimes I used to figure Mr. Connors could have been my pa. The way he touched my shoulder, get me things from the candy counter for free. And Mr. Pritchard, he smiled at me once real nice. Except they don't have my jar or nothing.
So long.
Ain't you coming to the door with me?
There it is, right there. How much closer am I supposed to bring you?
I wonder how I got
Tell him a family friend brung you, and you had a little trouble on the way with your car and with finances.
This is also our moment of despair, the failure of all stakes. Externally, Addie and Mose have lost all their money and their car and are at risk of arrest. Internally, Mose has left Addie at her aunt's house, denying their emotional connection and care for each other, and philosophically has betrayed Addie by prioritizing safety and conventionality over that emotional bond.
I told you I don't want you riding with me no more.
You still owe me $200. Mose, look!
Come on. Hurry up.
The two of them leave together, overturning the emotional and philosophical stakes, and allowing Addie to attain what she needs, which is an emotional connection with a parental figure and to be cared for. And finally, we get to our closing image, Addie and Moses together, driving off in their broken truck. It's an excellent closing image, which makes clear the emotional shift that has occurred throughout the film. Even if physically, Addie and Mose are exactly where they started, with no money and in a broken truck, they've gained something over the course of their adventures. And that is Paper Moon.
Say it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't